Okay, so my internet went out a second ago, um, so yeah, that was fucking annoying. But yeah, I guess I forgot to change the router I was using. We did a church live stream with my family because my church was doing a live stream thing, and they couldn't figure out how to do the thing, so they had me use my laptop. So I went out here and I used my laptop to went up there and used the laptop connected to their connect to the Wi-Fi up there, and I guess I was still connected to that router. I forgot to set it to the closest router, but sometimes even if it is the closest router, it will still go out. So yeah, it looks like because my internet went out, this live stream will be split into two parts. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time this has happened to me, though. It's unfortunate that it did, but oh well, nothing I can really do about that. All I can really do now is just keep going. Alright, so. Manor. Professor, do you really think the treasure could be located here? Look closely at this painting, Luke. I'm sure it holds the key to the Reinhold fortune. But I've already looked at it. If we solve this mystery, Luke, I'm certain we'll come face to face with the Reinhold treasure. Touch the painting where the golden apple is hidden. Oh yeah, here's something interesting. If you touch Flora's boobs, Layton's comment. Now, Luke, it's important to be a gentleman. I think it's just pretty funny how they had to program that. I mean, I'm not trying to be a perv or anything. I just wanted to show that that's in the game. I just think it's hilarious. Just a cute minor detail. I remember now. It's right here. Yes, not the boob. It was closer to her neck. Aha! A hidden switch. The switch seems to have activated the wall. And to think that Reinhold Manor held the secret behind this painting all along. Looks like there's a passage that leads farther in. Oh. Let's see where this passage goes. Oh my goodness, look at this place. I had no idea. Well, that's a lot of gold and shit. Can I make a golden toilet or something? Now, how in the world did you know that the switch was hidden in the painting? Listen closely, Luke. Wisdom wasn't the only thing Baron Reinhold required of potential guardians for his only daughter. You saw it too, did you not? That peculiar mark on her neck that only appeared once she left? And it never appears ever again! In other words, Baron Reinhold set out one last requirement for the potential inheritor of his fortune. He wanted someone who could make Flora smile again after losing those dear to her. To that person and that person only would Baron Reinhold reveal the location of his actual fortune. That's unbelievable, Professor, but it all makes sense now. Flora, my little Flora. Where's that voice coming from? Flora, you made it here at last. That voice. Papa, is that you? Papa. My dear Flora, has the village watched over you as I would have? I built St. Mystere for you so that you would never have to know true loneliness. Well, to be fair, Bruno did the actual building, but that's beside the point. In any case, if you've come this far, I suppose it's safe to assume my plan was a success. What if she had come here on her own, though? What if she, like, by chance discovered this and wasn't with anybody? What happened then? My greatest regret is that I'm not there to see you become a young woman. But please know that I want nothing more than for you to be happy. Whether the person by your side right now can give you that or not is up to you, I suppose. And to you who have found your way to my daughter's side, you have my heartiest congratulations. few could make it through the barrage of puzzles I set before you. I imagine a person of your abilities has already caught on, but allow me to reveal Saint Mystere's secret. Secret of Saint Mystere? Recently, I was told by my physician that I don't have much time left on this earth. I could come to terms with dying, but the thought of leaving my only child alone in the world torments me. Yeah, that's really sad. And this is why I've commissioned Bruno to construct Saint Mystere. At least, this way she'll be safe and protected until she's old enough to venture out to the outside world. Streets and buildings are the bones of a village, but its heart is the people who live in it. This is why I asked Bruno to create all the villagers here, as well as all the puzzles hidden within them. I've asked Matthew to make news of my death public, only once Flora has grown past childhood. So, stranger, how does my beautiful little flower look now? I imagine she's blossoming into adulthood. Equally important to me is finding someone to whom I can entrust both my Equally important to me is finding someone to whom I can entrust both my daughter and my fortune. This is why the inhabitants of Saint Mystere are constantly testing the knowledge of the visitor. If you made it this far, it must mean that you possess both wisdom and dedication to my daughter. I am confident that you will take good care of my fortune and Flora. This is why everything in this room, the whole of my fortune, belongs to you now. When you remove it from here, Saint Mystere will complete the objective for which it was created. I imagine the inhabitants will fall into a deep sleep from which they are never to awaken. Now wait just a minute, is he saying that if we take the treasure, all of Saint Mystere will just disappear? I honestly don't know the answer to that question, Luke. But it's possible that Saint Mystere is designed to shut down the instant we lay a hand on the treasure. So if that happens, everyone will just stop? Just like puppets with their strings cut? I leave it to you, brave traveler. Draw the curtain on Saint Mystere and lay this lifeless village to rest. Above all else, take care of my precious daughter. She's in your hands now. Oh, Papa. I can't believe it. Even if we touch this treasure, all of Saint Mystere will just grind to a halt. Flora, by right, this inheritance belongs to you. You should be the one to decide what's done with it. I don't want it. But why ever not, my dear? The people who live here have been with me for so long. Curious as this village is, it's watched me grow up. I want Saint Mystere, my village, to stay just as it is. Forever. I see. Then so it shall be. But what of you, Flora? Will you stay here with your village? All the mysteries are solved. Are you sure this is quite all right, madam? Certainly. Leaving will make Flora happy. I like nothing more than to see her off with a smile. Ugh. Well, it's almost over now. It was certainly interesting playing through this, but I've got a handful of more Layton games to go, so I'm not quite done yet. But this is the first game done, 3 more on the DS to go, and then I'll have to figure out if I can actually stream Citra, because I don't have a 3DS capture card. I mean, I've streamed Citra before with an Etrian Odyssey game, but it remains to be seen if I can actually get the Layton games to work, and what version of Citra I'll have to use for that. Because, you know, I go to the compatibility page on the website every now and then, and it'll show some games working. It'll show some games say that they work pretty good or they work really good, and then I run them the latest version and they run like piss. And then I use an older build, and they run much better in the older build. Like, there's like the normal nightly release, and then there's the Canary, which is the experimental builds. Sometimes the experimental ones run much better. There's also Bleeding Edge, which is a bit hard to come by, but it usually runs much better. I'm more worried about that one crashing, but uh, before I do Miracle Mask, I will try to figure out which which version of Citra would work best for me. Whether I should use Bleeding Edge or one of the main ones. Whether it's uh, or or one of the Canary builds.
Why do you say that? You see, my dear boy, we don't want people to make a spectacle of Flora. That wouldn't be right.
Of course. Always thinking of others.
Well, one must always put a lady's needs first. That's what a gentleman does.
You know, he claims to be a gentleman, but he can be kind of rude sometimes. But you'll see uh, you'll see him showing signs of rudeness in later games, probably. And with that, that is Professor Layton in the Curious Village. Definitely not my number one Layton game, but still, still an enjoyable one. I had a pretty good time with this. Um, no one came to watch this stream, so I'm a little sad about that, but oh well. At least they didn't have to deal with my technical difficulty where I ended up being disconnected from the internet for a short bit of time. It happens sometimes. I'm not perfect, and I don't have the best setup for streaming. I'm literally standing in front of my laptop. And yes, I'm standing, not sitting. I have it on my dresser, because like I have my laptop on my dresser, and I have it plugged into the wall. Router's in the other room, so I can't exactly use Ethernet right now. It would probably I'm sure it would run much better if I did, but yeah, I'm running on Wi-Fi. It doesn't, and obviously Wi-Fi is not going to work the best, but I'm connected to the closest router right now, so that usually gets the job done for the most part. And when I check out my archives, I don't really notice any huge issues. But you know, sometimes I do make a mistake, like I start talking before the stream starts. That happened before. Not sure how that happened, because I'm pretty sure OBS said it was going when I started talking. But when I watch the archive, when I watch the archive, I'm mid-sentence when it starts, so that was kind of awkward. There are magnets on the wall over here. I'm kind of just playing with them right now. I need to play with these. Why am I playing with magnets? Oh yeah, not far from my laptop is actually where we have our power switches and shit, so I could actually turn off pretty much anywhere or anything in the house if I did that. But I'm not immature enough to play around with the stuff in there. But yeah, it's kind of convenient having that stuff in my room, so keeps the little children from. So I can easily keep the little children from messing with that shit unless I'm not in my room. So yeah. Yeah, I'm just going on and on about stuff not even related to the credits of the game. Still, it's certainly... I wouldn't call this a bad game. It was fun and all, but I prefer the rest of the games in the series to this one. Like I've said before, this one suffers from first game syndrome pretty bad. The later games don't suffer from it as badly, so that's nice. Like, later games have some improvements. You'll notice plenty, because like when I get to the second game, there are plenty of quality of life improvements, and the game looks much nicer. It looks a lot cleaner. And then the 3DS ones. I'm not the biggest fan of Layton's models, but most of the characters on the 3DS in the 3DS ones, they freaking look great. They look amazing. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, some DS games look pretty good, and the Layton games on the DS, on the 3DS, I would say look pretty damn good. Uh, which it was kind of a bold claim considering 3DS games are like 240p. Um, yeah, it's weird. 3DS is 240p, but I actually don't really mind it. I'm okay with that. This coming from a guy that can't watch YouTube videos or anime in anything less than 720p. If I'm watching a DVD or something, I can watch in 480p. When I'm watching on a streaming service and it's having trouble loading, I'll just set it down to 480. I mean, 480p isn't gonna kill me. I mean, I'd rather watch in 720, but I'm not gonna die with 480. In some shows, I can't get higher than 480. So 480. My cat broke my TV not too long ago, so we had it replaced. And the new TV we got is kind of an HD one, and I've actually had some games on Steam because, like, I use an HDMI cable. Had some games on Steam look pretty damn good on there. So yeah, but because of that, when I play like older games on there, like through an emulator or something, or watch something in 480p or lower, it just looks kind of awkward now. But oh well, nothing I can really do about that. What else can I talk about? I got some anime DVDs for Christmas not too long ago. I made a tweet about that not too long ago. Okay, see, I got Fate Stay Night, Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto, Kokoro Connect, and the full thing. Just like the full complete package for Kokoro Connect, it just came in one case, and it's got everything. Every episode and the OVAs. I got Tomiko Market. I don't have Tomiko Market. To be continued, there's a preview of the next game, Diabolical Box. And then I also got One Week Friends. That's the only anime I own on DVD that does not have English audio. As far as I'm aware, that anime has never been dubbed and still hasn't. I watched it in Japanese originally. I have yet to watch those DVDs I got for Christmas, mainly because I want to take advantage of my Verve subscription for the time being. But I will worry about those later. So yeah. I guess that's enough talking about the anime. Oh, one more anime DVD I got. I got School Rumble Season 2. So I had Season 1 already, but Season 2, I didn't have Season 2 yet, but went and ordered it. And then the post office didn't deliver it because they could not their excuse was could not access the delivery area, and they said they'd try again on the next business day. They didn't, so I had to go all over hell and half of Georgia and figure out why the fuck they didn't deliver it. And yeah, they were too fucking lazy to attempt a redelivery. But yeah, the thing is, some douchebag was parked in front of my family's mailbox, which was why we didn't get it. So yeah, I had to go there and pick it up, and yeah, for some reason they didn't ask me to like prove my identity or anything. Brought my ID in case. I didn't have the order number memorized. Like, they might have, cause like my dad thought they might quiz me on that, but like I could just show them my ID, like, or something. I don't know, but they just gave me the stuff. I still remember I actually went through a few phone calls. I called the number myself. I also contacted the U.S. Postal Service on Twitter and then went through a few calls. And they sent my number. They went through my number and stuff. But I got it all taken care of, so thank God. Thank God. It's all over. Anyways, enough of my ranting about how the U.S. Postal Service is a piece of shit and probably should still be in business. Because, like, it's amazing that they're still in business. But they're worrying about them right now. Let's work on wrapping this up. Though you've reached the story's end, Professor Layton, the Curious Village is far from over. How many puzzles did you solve over the course of your adventure? Precisely 120 puzzles are hidden throughout the town, so why not complete every puzzle? Also, be sure to check the bonuses section, fulfill certain conditions to unlock more bonus content. Your game is safe now. When you continue, you'll resume play at the top of the tower. So, I've finished the game. And it's Professor Layton, the Curious Village. It was fun streaming this, but I'll be moving on to the next game pretty soon. So if you've been watching me or not, or you're interested in watching me now, just Professor Layton, the Diabolical Box is next. So look forward to that because I'm not done playing Professor Layton next. I will be moving on to the next game in my next stream. So tomorrow, unless something happens, like I'm sick or something prevents me, or something else prevents me from streaming tomorrow, I will move that stream to Wednesday, and then figure out where the third stream will be after that. It would either be on Thursday or Friday after that, but you know. But for now, tomorrow, and then I'll take Wednesday off, and then come back on Thursday if things go well. So, with that said, I think that will be all, and good night.